Welcome back to the deep dive. It is Monday, January 26th, 2026. And I have to ask, have you looked at your phone today?
I try not to look at it too early, but yes, of course.
If you have, you've probably noticed the sheer volume of stuff. It's not just content anymore. It feels like a fire hose.
Mm.
We are officially living in the era of AI creative abundance.
Abundance is a very polite way of putting it. I mean, we are drowning in it.
We really are. The floodgates didn't just open, they were vaporized.
Yeah.
So for today's deep dive, we are navigating this flood. We have a massive stack of sources. We're looking at The Verge, Search Engine Land, TechCrunch, Adweek.
Search Engine Journal, Reuters, and even MIT Sloan. It's a heavy stack today.
It is. We've got some really high-level theory from MIT, but also some very, nitty-gritty platform updates from the worlds of TikTok and Netflix.
Okay.
And the mission is simple. We need to figure out how to survive and actually make money when robots can make pretty pictures and write decent copy faster than we can blink.
And that's really about tracking the shift from just making content to building trust.
That distinction is everything.
It is.
So let's jump straight into the deep end. There's this concept from The Verge that I think perfectly encapsulates the headache every marketer is feeling right now.
The commodity trap.
The commodity trap, yeah.
It's a fascinating read. I mean, if you rewind just 3 or 4 years, the bottleneck in advertising was always the creation.
Sure. You needed a designer, a copywriter, a photographer.
It was slow, and it was expensive.
And now, you type a prompt, wait 4 seconds, and you have an ad.
Exactly. Generative AI has successfully turned creativity into a commodity. The supply is basically infinite.
But The Verge points out the economic reality of that.
Yeah.
When supply goes to infinity.
The price goes to zero, and the bottleneck moves. It's no longer about making the ad.
It's about making an ad that people actually trust, that doesn't trigger our internal spam filters.
Right. And they use a term in the article that I've been seeing everywhere lately, slop.
Slop.
It's evocative.
It sounds gross, but when I scroll through my feed, I know exactly what they mean.
Oh, yeah.
It's those images that are technically perfect, the lighting, the skin, these weirdly perfect sunsets, but they feel completely hollow.
It's the uncanny valley of marketing. It has no context, no soul. But here's the dangerous part for, say, small and mid-sized businesses.
It's just so tempting to use it.
So tempting. You can test 20 angles in an hour for basically $0.
Okay, but I have to play devil's advocate here for a second.
Go for it.
If the slop works, if it gets the click just because it's bright and shiny, does it matter if it lacks soul? I mean, are we just being snobs about artistic integrity?
That is the billion-dollar question. And in the short term, sure, maybe you get a click. No. But The Verge argues we are hitting a saturation point.
Okay.
When your feed becomes 90% generic AI noise, the user's brain just stops registering it, becomes wallpaper.
So you save money making the ad, but you're just burning money on impressions that nobody actually sees.
Who got it? We're developing AI blindness.
Just like we developed banner blindness back in the early 2000s.
Precisely, and that's where the opportunity is. If everyone zigs toward polished perfection, you have to zag.
You zag toward signal quality.
Signal quality.
Yeah, let's unpack that. What does that actually look like for a business owner listening right now?
It's about injecting things that an AI cannot easily fake. Or, maybe more accurately, things an AI wouldn't choose to generate because they aren't perfect.
One tactic they mentioned really stuck with me. I'm calling it the imperfection premium.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. The Verge suggests using genuine, slightly flawed photos is now a power move.
And it sounds so counterintuitive, right? We've spent decades trying to make our photos look professional.
Totally.
But in 2026, a photo of a messy workshop, a founder with a kind of awkward smile.
Or a product shot on a workbench with a local newspaper in the background.
That is gold. It's proof of life.
It proves there's a real human there.
Exactly. An AI can generate a stunning studio shot of a plumber. It can't generate a credible photo of that plumber holding today's newspaper in front of that specific local landmark, not without leaving some weird artifacts.
So specificity is the enemy of AI hallucinations.
100%. If you're a local business, lean into the local. Don't say, we provide excellent service.
Any bot can write that.
Any bot. Instead, say, we've been serving the downtown metro area for 15 years, and we know how to handle the specific piping issues in the historic district.
That's a signal a large language model wouldn't naturally prioritize.
And you have to keep that voice consistent. If your ad feels human, a little punchy, a little flawed, But your landing page sounds like a doctoral thesis written by ChatGPT.
You break the trust chain, the customer smells the bot and bails.
Right. In a world where creative is cheap, trust is expensive. And strangely enough, SMBs can build this trust faster than the big brands.
Because big brands have legal departments that scrub all the personality out.
Exactly that. A big brand can't just post a grainy video from the warehouse floor. An SMB can. If you resist the urge to automate everything, you actually win on authenticity.
So, use the AI for the boring stuff, but keep the creative human.
That's the takeaway.
Now, speaking of AI, we have to talk about where this content actually lives. We need to talk about search.
The landscape is shifting under our feet.
We've got updates from search engine land about Google Gemini, and the headline seems to be nothing.
A very loud silence, yes. Google has reiterated that there are no current plans to run ads inside the Gemini app itself.
Which feels wild, doesn't it? I mean, Google is an ad company. That's how they keep the lights on. Why aren't they monetizing the chatbot yet?
Well, it's a mix of caution and user experience. Monetizing a conversation is very different from monetizing a list of links.
How so?
If you ask a friend for a restaurant recommendation and they pause and say, "This recommendation is brought to you by Taco Bell,"
Yeah.
you stop trusting the friend.
That's a great point. It breaks the conversational flow completely.
Google knows that if they break the trust in the answer, users will just leave. But for our listener, the implication is massive.
You can't just buy your way into these results.
Not yet. You cannot simply buy your way in. You can't bid on keywords to show up when someone asks Gemini for help.
So if I can't pay to be there, and I can't just SEO my way in with backlinks, how do I get seen?
You have to optimize for the machine's understanding. And we're seeing this new alphabet soup emerge. We used to have SEO,
And now we have AEO and GEO.
answer engine optimization, and generative engine optimization.
It sounds a little like buzzword bingo, doesn't
It
it?
does. I know. Is this actually different from SEO, or is it just consultants trying to sell new packages?
That's the
The
question.
mechanics are actually pretty distinct. Think of traditional SEO like organizing a library card catalog.
Sure.
You want the right keywords, so the librarian Google files you in the right drawer and points a human to your book.
Okay, that makes sense.
AEO is optimizing for the librarian who reads the book for the user and just tells them the answer. The user never even opens the book.
The AI is the reader.
Yes, and Search Engine Journal broke down this framework from Microsoft that explains what this AI reader is looking for. It's not looking for engagement or time on site.
It's looking for confidence.
Confidence, correct. The framework has 3 parts. First is technical foundations, speed, crawlability. If the AI parser hits a broken script or a slow load time, it doesn't wait. It just leaves.
It has a billion other pages to read. It's not going to struggle through yours.
Exactly. Second is content design for answers. And this is the big shift.
Meaning you need to use direct Q&A format.
Literally writing out the question, yes. How do I fix a leaky faucet? Followed immediately by, to fix a leaky faucet, you must.
So no fluff, no. My grandfather used to fix faucets in the summer of '84.
Right. Save the story for the blog intro if you must, but the core data needs to be structured. The AI is looking for entities, who, what, where. It's building a knowledge graph.
And if you bury the answer in 3 paragraphs of marketing speak,
The AI's confidence score drops, and it won't use you as a source.
which leads right into that third part, the trust signals.
And this brings us right back to our first topic. To get recommended by Gemini or ChatGPT, you need external validation, reviews, author credibility like who actually wrote this, and consistency.
Consistency across the whole web.
Yes. If your business hours are different on your website, your Facebook page, and your Yelp profile, the AI sees that as a data conflict.
And it treats it as low confidence.
And it might skip recommending you entirely because it can't risk giving the user a wrong answer.
That is such a crucial insight. We think of AI as this super brain, but really it's just looking for clean patterns. If the pattern is messy, it gets confused.
Precisely. Visibility inside AI answers is about clarity and authority. You aren't optimizing for a click anymore. You're optimizing to be the source of truth.
Okay, so organic search is becoming an answer engine, but the paid platforms, social and streaming, they're maturing in a totally different way.
They're all moving toward adult table metrics.
I like that. Let's start with Meta, specifically Threads. TechCrunch is reporting that Threads ads are finally rolling out to all users worldwide.
This has been a slow burn, but it's here. And for the listener, the relevance is simple. It's new inventory.
And since it's Meta, I assume the barrier to entry is pretty low.
Virtually zero if you're already advertising on Instagram or Facebook. It uses the exact same ad stack. But think about the context.
It's text-heavy, conversation-heavy.
Right. It's a great place to test copy-driven ads without needing some high-production video.
That's a good point. It's almost like a throwback to Twitter ads in their prime, but with Meta's targeting engine behind it.
Exactly. Now, moving on to TikTok. This update from Adweek is arguably more important for the bottom line.
They're rolling out off-site performance analysis. Right, translate that for me. Because historically, TikTok's been a walled garden, right? You watch the video, maybe buy something in the TikTok shop, but if you leave the app, the data trail just goes cold.
It used to be all about vibes.
Yeah.
You'd have a video go viral, and you'd hope you saw a sales bump on your website, but you couldn't actually prove the connection.
Vibes-based budgeting.
Which CFOs absolutely hate. This new update uses pixel-based tracking to connect exposure, an ad, an organic video, a live stream, to actual purchases on the brand's website.
So I can finally see if that viral dance video actually sold any t-shirts.
Yes, it creates attribution windows that extend beyond just that immediate session. And this is crucial. It moves TikTok from just a brand awareness play to a legitimate performance channel.
It helps you justify the spend with hard numbers.
You got it.
Speaking of justifying spend and hard numbers,
Yeah.
let's talk Netflix. Reuters dropped a stat this week that made me do a double take.
The $3 billion figure.
$3 billion. That's what Netflix's CFO expects their ad revenue to reach, doubling year over year.
That is a massive, massive number.
It feels like just yesterday, Netflix was the ad-free utopia. I mean, Reed Hastings famously said they'd never do ads.
And now they're pulling in $3 billion. That's a serious pivot.
It's not just a pivot, though. It feels like the maturation of the entire connected TV market.
It is. When a channel hits that scale of revenue, it means the inventory is stable, the measurement is standardized, and the audience is conditioned to it.
So does that mean a local business, let's say a high-end landscaper, should be looking at Netflix ads? Or is this still just for Coke and Nike?
It's getting closer to the landscaper. As measurement improves and programmatic buying gets easier, localized CTV ads on platforms like Netflix become a real alternative to local broadcasts or even Facebook video ads.
It's amazing to think that TV ads might become accessible to the average SMB in 2026.
It's the convergence of TV power with digital targeting. It's definitely a space to watch this year.
So let's try to tie all of this together. We've got AI creating a flood of slop, forcing us to focus on human trust.
Right.
We have search engines ignoring clicks and looking for answers. And we have social platforms getting really serious about tracking real dollars.
It is a lot of moving parts.
It is, and that's why I want to bring in our strategic anchor for this deep dive. It comes from MIT Sloan and George Westerman.
This quote is the perfect grounding mechanism, he said. With the hype around generative AI and agents, it's essential to focus on the right question. What problem are you trying to solve?
It sounds so simple, almost too simple.
But we forget it constantly. We get so caught up in, how do I use this new AI image generator, or how do I optimize for Gemini?
But those are just tools. They're not the strategy.
Exactly. It's like buying a hammer and then running around looking for things to smash.
Yeah.
If you're making AI images just because you can, but they aren't helping you sell your product or tell your story, you're just adding to the noise.
You're contributing to the slop.
You are. So whether you're buying TikTok ads or optimizing your site for Microsoft's answer engine, you have to start with a business problem.
What are you actually trying to do? Are you trying to get more leads? Are you trying to build loyalty?
Define the problem first, then pick the tool. Don't let the tool dictate the strategy.
I think that is the most important takeaway of the year, honestly. It's so easy to get distracted by the shiny new toys.
And 2026 have a lot of shiny toys.
So let's wrap this up with a final thought. We've talked a lot about automation and perfection today, but I want to leave the listener with a challenge about that human premium we discussed earlier.
Go on.
If I can generate a perfect marketing strategy and perfect assets in 10 seconds, the value of perfect drops to near zero.
That's the basic law of supply and demand.
So here is the challenge for everyone listening. I want you to audit your last 3 posts or ads. Look at them closely. If you removed your logo, could a competitor or a bot have posted the exact same thing?
Oof. That is a painful audit to do.
It is. But if the answer is yes, you're in the commodity trap. You're competing with infinite supply. In 2026, you shouldn't be optimizing for polish.
You should be optimizing for undeniably real.
Use the AI to handle the scale.
So you have the time to be human where it counts.
Yeah, exactly. Is your digital presence proving you're real, or is it just proving you're polished? That's the question for the week.
And it's the only one that matters right now.
Thanks for diving in with us. We'll see you next time.
See you then.